These are all the supplies that come in the DIY kit to make this cute little wooden ladybug. The ladybug comes as one of 4 bugs in the Bugs Galore DIY kit. So here we have the body. If you turn the body upside down, you will note that it has 6 points that are marked on here. These points are to guide you as to where to glue the bug legs. And then you will also note that it has 1 pre-drilled hole. This hole is to attach the body to the head using this brad. And then the head comes with 3 pre-drilled holes, the larger hole to attach to the body, and the smaller holes to attach the antenna and the eyes. And then we also have the glue. And last but not least is a little wooden stick so you can apply the glue onto your different pieces. Additional supplies needed but are not included as part of the kit is going to be some kind of coloring implement. For this particular tutorial, I am going to be using Sharpies, but you can use whatever works best for you. You can use colored pencils, you could use paint, you can use regular markers. You will also need some pliers. These are round nose jewelry pliers. If you don't have these on hand, ask your parents to look through their toolbox, and in there you should be able to find regular pliers, and they work just as well. I would just ask you to make sure that you're working from the very tip of the pliers. While the following supplies are not required, I highly recommend some paper towels because we're working with some wet glue, a disposable glove to protect your fingers from Sharpies, pencil, and some paper to cover your work surface. To get started, it is going to be coloring all your different wooden pieces. I am going to stick pretty close to the way that ladybugs generally look. I decided when I came up with this activity, I thought that ladybugs were all just red and black. But after doing some research, I found out that ladybugs come in a variety of colors. So I am going to go with one of those other colors today. As you saw, I am going to be doing a blue ladybug, but I also saw purple ladybugs and yellow ladybugs. So feel free to just kind of go crazy with it and color your ladybug whatever color you want. And then I would also recommend that you color the edges just so it gives it a finished look. And the other thing that I like to do, but you don't have to do, is color the bottom. Again, it's one of those things that just makes it look good. here's my head all done. Next, I am going to be coloring the body. And that's the part I'm going to be coloring in blue. Oh, as you can see here, see the reason why I wear gloves. Make sure you get into the nooks and crannies. And then the edges as well. And then when it comes to the bottom, I would recommend just drawing a light circle, small little circle around your dot where your legs are going to be. And then just make sure that you don't color inside that circle. Go. Just about done. So here's my body all done. The kind of turquoisey kind of color, which I love. Okay, now I'm gonna do the legs. Now for the legs, back to my black Sharpie. So I'm almost done coloring in my leg. As soon as I'm done, I'm going to ask you to hit pause. You're going to continue coloring your legs and I will continue to color my legs. And then when you're done, hit play and we can continue on to the next step. So here are all my pieces with the base color on. Just one last fine detail part of this is drawing the wings of the ladybug. So for this, I use this hole here as my guide. And feel free to take a pencil if it's going to be easier for you and just kind of draw an outline of where the wings are going to be like that. And then I know it's hard to see here, and then you can take your marker and then just follow that guideline. And then after this, you're going to add the dots. then once you're done with that, you're going to add your polka dots all over. Just zoom in a little bit. And you are just about done. And then I'm going to zoom out again. From here, we're going to attach the legs to the body. So feel free to figure out the best way of doing this, but I tend to find just by using this stick and then just putting a blob of glue, just a little bit of glue on here and all the areas where I have my dots. Keep in mind that you don't need a lot of glue. Just a little bit is more than enough. Once you're done putting the glue on, you can take your legs and gently press them down on top of the glue. Just gently press it down. And now we're going to set this aside for about 20-30 minutes until it sets enough for us to continue with the next step. I'm going to show you how to use both a regular pliers as well as the jewelry pliers. So we're going to do the regular pliers first. So you're going to take one of your antenna and you're going to, can you see these circles here? You're going to take those, you're going to put them in between the pliers. Just like that. Now you want to push this. As you can see, it's kind of going parallel to the tabletop. And you want to push it down until it is, this tip is pointing towards the ladybug. So it's pretty simple, just a simple push like that. And at the end, this should look like a little mini chair. And adjust it a little bit more so that it looks a little bit like a little chair. That's how you would do it with the regular pliers. And then if you're using round nose pliers, you're just going to do pretty much the same thing. Take the circle part, put it in between, and then just push this down until it's facing. And this looks like a little chair. Now we're going to take this one of them, and from the bottom, figure out which is the bottom. You're going to take it, going to put it through one of the smaller holes until you want this to lay flat. If you look at this right now, you can see here, it's not quite flat. So you're going to push it, the circular part, you're going to push it until it's laying flat like that, which is great. And then you're going to take the little eyes and you're going to put it through the middle. So the eyes, these are actually the backs of earrings. There we go. We got the first one on. And we're going to do the same thing with the other one. Take it, put it through from the bottom. Again, put it through the smaller hole, push it against the head so that it's flat, like that. And then, holding onto it, you're going to take the eye and you're going to push it through the eye. So there's a hole right down the center. Push it through and then pull it through all the way to the bottom. And now your antenna is on. Now, because it's wire and it's cut, the tip, it can be sharp and it can scratch people. So what you need to do is create a little loop, and that will prevent the wire from scratching you. So how you do that with the regular pliers is you're going to take the wire and put it in between the pliers like this. And then holding tightly, and remember, looking at this, you want the wire to be very close to the tip of the pliers. So holding on tightly with your hand, you're just going to twist it and keep holding it. If you can look at it from this angle, you can see that we created a little loop. Now I'm just going to open the pliers up a little bit to come out, and there's our little loop. So I need to close off this loop a little bit more. So I'm going to put my pliers back in there and twist it a little bit more. And there we go. Now it's closed off. And now it's not going to scratch if anybody's playing with it. And you would do the same thing with round nose pliers, but with the round nose plier, you don't have to do it right at the tip. You can go down a little bit more, and then pretty much the same thing, put it in between, and then just twist it around. And then you pull it out. And there we go. Okay, so it's all done. And then from this angle, you can shape them however you want. And then our final step is to attach the head to the body. You're going to take your brad, you're going to put it through the hole of the head, take the body, put the brad through the body, turn it upside down, and while you're holding on to the brad with one of your fingers, you are going to separate the brad legs, just like that. And voila, your ladybug is done. So here is my blue ladybug that I made today. And over here is the red ladybug, made before it's come for a play date. So if you want some more information about the different DIY kits that we make, please visit us at workshopsair.com, or you can also find us on Instagram at workshopsair and find all kinds of fun crafts to do.